Hi.
Great.
Hello.
Super accurate
Um,
countdown. Love
yep,
it.
that's me. That's what I'm here for. All those super accurate countdowns. Um, Welcome back to Adventure Chronicles Galaxy's Greatest, episode 2. This is our second episode. My name is Em, and I am the not GM. Weird.
The not
I
GM.
am just a player, a lowly player. I'm just kidding. Um, I'm just a player this week, or in this campaign. Um, well, I hope you're all doing well. It's good to be live again. Couple announcements. Volume 2 for Galaxy's Greatest has recently started. We are playing through Signal of Screams, which is Paizo's adventure path. Um, and it has been really fun. Dan, how you feeling about that game?
It's creepy.
It's a scary game.
I am enjoying the hell out of it. It's been great. I think each of our characters are really fun and interesting, and yeah, it's just been awesome.
Cool. I'm glad. So check that show out. We have a podcast. You can find it on our network website, which you can find through our Twitter at Galaxy Greatest. With that, I wanted to mention. No, I'll save it for another time. It'll be a surprise. With that, I'll turn it over to Tommy, who is our game master for Adventure Chronicles. Do your thing.
Hello. How is everyone doing tonight?
Good. We should
Excited.
also, if we can,
Yeah.
can we do introductions too?
Absolutely. Again, my name's Tommy. I will be I like to call myself a dungeon master, but I see that Emma prefers game master. It depends on how much you like torturing your subjects, I suppose. And let's go around the table and introduce our names again, our characters' names. And what I want from this time is a little bit of flavor on what the inside of your character's place of living looks like. Let's go ahead and start with Miguel.
Hello. My name is Mikael. Pronouns he, him. I play Tolmer, the Mystic Dwarf. So Tolmer, being a dwarf, I want you to imagine you have what looks like to be almost a beaten down shack, kind of out in the hills or what have you. When you open the door, you realize that it's actually the entryway to a tunnel. And after passing through this tunnel, lit by maybe some faint torches here and there, you enter this grand, almost a room, a perfectly cut, just a regular 4x4, room, which just tells about, his excellent stoneworking skills. And, in the corner, you have a pile of books that have seen better times, ranging anywhere from basic biology to, mystic, spells of who knows how long. And then on the side, you have almost like a hammock looking, pretty much a hammock. And then, of course, you have this little kitchen, and you have this big, just made out of granite. It's almost like a desk, and this huge chair, huge for a dwarf, maybe average size, for a man. And that's kind of just where, he does his studies and whatnot.
Very cool, very cool. Dan, how about you go next?
Hello. My name's Dan, and I play Ignis the Shrapnel Baron. And oh man, I don't think Ignis really lives in a house. I think he spends the bulk of his time rummaging around in the local junkyard / scrapyard looking for parts to build his explosives with. And whenever he gets too tired to continue, he just passes out there, hopefully escaping the notice of the warden.
Lovely.
Yep.
Emma, how about you go next?
Yeah, so I would say that my character, Rayleigh, had to remember her name for a moment. Rayleigh is a fairly messy person. She's pretty eccentric, especially in her living space. Like, I would think that. Oh, and also, I'm Emma, she, her. Yeah. But I would think her living space is very cluttered, and there are lots of electronics just like strewn about her room. She's got older pieces of technology, like the Starfinder equivalent of a Walkman, like just hanging out in her room somewhere. She might have to dig through some piles of stuff to get to it, but it's kind of like her prized little record player type thing. She might have, like, I think a lot of her electronics have to do with music, and I would say that she also has within her living space, like the one clean thing, the one pristine area is her electric guitar that is surrounded by just piles of like sheet music and tabs, guitar tabs. But the actual guitar itself is super clean and it's in its nice little corner. But everything else is just a complete mess. Yeah. Lots of
Very,
lots of blacks, blues, and greens in her room as well. Yeah.
very cool. Connie, in addition to the house stuff, go ahead and introduce us to what your character looks like as well.
Oh, so you guys want to like know what a new character looks like? You don't just want to like pretend? Cool. Sounds good. So my name's Connie. Pronoun she, her. My character's name is Nivy. She is a halfling operative. She's short because she's a halfling. But she is she has like shaved heads on the side with kind of like a thick mohawk going down, and it's like bright red, kind of like my sweater. Super cool, with like this kind of like tattooed vines running along her scalp and like down under her armor. Where she lives in kind of like a little shack, a little apartment type situation, something small. There's kind of like a living area underneath, like a living room with a kitchen. Kitchen's never been touched. She only ever eats out. It's not clean because there's crap all over the counters. She also is an impulsive spender. She just kind of buys what she wants because she wasn't able to like do what she wanted growing up. So she just kind of gets whatever she wants when she wants, whether or not it's a great idea. And her sleeping space is like kind of a loft area up top, and it kind of looks a little bit like a gunner's post. Just kind of a gunner, pretty cool, and she likes kind of like getting into that zone. That's where she's comfortable, and that's where she sleeps.
Does she sleep like sitting up, like in a seat?
It reclines.
Okay.
Yeah, gosh. But yeah, that's Nivy. Nivy's cool. We like Nivy.
Right. Thanks so much, everyone. The good news is, those of you that were here last week, or 2 weeks ago, last time, you get to long rest.
Hey!
So you finish what you'd been doing. You finished helping Deathkeeper for the day, and you go back to your own wherever you hang out. I was going to say your own houses, but Ignis goes back to a scrapyard, I suppose. And you have a nice deep sleep. Nivi finds herself in the library, the collective of research in Kabarat. And Nivi, you are, let's go ahead and switch the foundry over to here. And then pull to scene. There it goes. Um, you are approached in the library by a being that looks like this. You have maybe heard of them before. You've never really seen one before. You know that they're like the natives on the planet, but they don't usually spend very much time, if at all, in the cities. And he walks up to you and he says, he does not have a mouth. He does not speak. He is communicating with you telepathically. So he is imprinting into your head these thoughts and sometimes images as well. And he says, hello, I am Deathkeeper Sage. I require your assistance in contacting my colleagues. I think you're muted.
It'd be great if I was unmuted. So did I see them like coming up or no?
I'd say you were like reading a book like at the end of a row, and they like come around the side, so like not behind you, but weren't necessarily paying attention.
Okay, so I'm definitely a little startled. I'm like, whoa, what happened? What? And then do I know this person? I know the name is familiar, but am I supposed to be familiar with the name?
You're not supposed to be familiar with who this is. You've never met this person before.
Cool.
And all of a sudden,
Sweet. Cool,
in
cool,
your
cool.
head, you start seeing strings of numbers. And you can't really make much. It's just like a bunch of numbers coming at you, like in your brain.
Oh God, I'm just never good at math.
Do you have a device to communicate with my colleagues using these numerals?
I have no idea what you're talking about. I have never met you. I don't even know what these numbers mean.
I believe the device is called a personal communicator.
Like this?
That does appear to match the description I read about.
You don't have one? They're pretty standard.
I'm not familiar with all of the technologies of your civilization. I come from a simpler place.
Okay. Do you know how to use it? I can just like give it to you. You can, figure it out.
Can you please reach out to my colleagues using your device?
Okay.
And now these numbers in your head are making a
Cool.
little bit more sense. Like these are definitely the ID numbers you need to communicate to other people's communicators. And it looks like there's 4 sets of numbers in there that you would need to reach out to.
Cool.
And I'm just going to say that you start a group call with all of them.
Sick.
So that we don't have to have one at a time conversations.
Sick. And call. Hey, here you go, bud. Do you hear anything? I don't hear anything. Do your friends talk? How do they talk? Through the communicator?
So all of the other player characters start receiving a call from an unknown number. Do any of you pick up immediately?
Hello?
Emma, you're muted.
What's up?
Hi? This weird plant dude thing gave me
Oh
your
shit!
number?
Hey, what's up, man?
Hey!
I'm looking past Nivi and looking at Deathkeeper Sage.
In Nivi's mind, Deathkeeper
No,
Sage says, my telepathy does not reach the great lengths required to communicate with them. Therefore, you must communicate with them.
Okay, well, tell me what the heck I'm supposed to tell him.
Tell them that we will go today to the city of. Oh, it's here somewhere. How did I? There we go. Broken Mines to investigate the results of the attack.
So this guy says something about going to like this place called Broken Mines or something to investigate a thing. Something about an attack. I don't know.
Hey, where's that guy from yesterday who had like all the the bombs and stuff? Where's he at?
Everyone just hears a bunch of like noise, like the phone is answered, but that it's not being held to his mouth. Like he's unaware that it's picked up. Like you just hear like metal getting tossed about.
Hey,
And grumpy.
hey, hello. Can you hear us? Hey,
Who's talking to me? Who's talking to me?
remember us, big guy?
You answered the phone call.
Did I?
Yeah.
I don't remember answering no phone call.
Well, you did, bud. You did.
Hello.
Hey again.
What was that?
It's
So
the
this
dwarf
plant
dude
dude-
too. What's up, dwarf?
Oh man, why did I pick up? Broken Minds, huh?
We shall
Okay.
meet at 1300 to depart.
He said to meet at 1300 to leave. He didn't say where. He just said to leave.
I guess I'll see you there.
Do you guys know where you're meeting? Should I ask him? Or-
No, I don't know. Where do we go?
That might be helpful.
Hey, Sage dude. Where do you want to meet?
We shall depart from Ship's End.
Ship's End. Oh, I know where that is. I don't really have anything going on today. You guys mind if I just like come on, hang out? This plant dude's
Oh,
weird.
Man, when are we supposed to leave?
1300.
Ah, that doesn't leave me much time at all. All right, I'm on my way. Click.
All right. And the phone call hangs up. Nivi starts to get to know Deathkeeper a little bit as they start leaving the library. And the rest of you are met with a loud knock on your door, followed by a crash as the door is broken in. Ignis, there's no door, but there are agents swarming the junkyard that you are at.
Okay.
And
Are they searching for me?
hold on, I have some sort of ad going on.
Oh man.
Something about reforming our land. It was wild. Okay, it's gone now. I don't know what happened.
Bloopers.
Oh.
Okay, it was overwhelming. Those of you who are living in houses, you are met with an agent that says, Kabarat Security Forces, we have a warrant. Please come out with your hands up.
Ignis tries to hide himself in the junk.
Perfect.
He does not roll a stealth roll because he's that bad at it.
Sounds good.
Like his lower torso's hanging, like dangling out of a pile of junk.
Sir, we can see you on the junk heap. Please come down with your hands up.
The cards here muttering like, How can they see me? I'm invisible. Oh, this is bad. This is real bad. This is real bad. Oh, maybe they can't see me. Maybe they're bluffing. They're bluffing.
Yeah, they just come up and put like futuristic handcuffs on you while your head is in the junk heap.
Ah, they were bluffing.
So Tolmer and Rayleigh, are you both going without resisting? I mean, are you?
Rayleigh puts her hands up and she says, "Can I talk to my sister?"
It is customary for you to receive at least one emergency call in these cases. You may discuss things with your sister.
Okay. Yeah.
Once we take you to the station.
Okay. Yeah, she goes, but she looks back at her stuff, and are they putting handcuffs on her?
No,
Okay,
not unless she resists in some way.
she doesn't.
Cool. How's Tolmer reacting to this?
Tolmer, seeing as how someone just intruded his sanctuary, he's gonna cast just a very basic token spell that looks like little sparks flying to distract the people. He's gonna make a break for the fireplace. You see behind it, there's a fake wall. However, on his way there, he's gonna stumble over a little patch of work he's been working on, and they're just gonna hop right on top of him and get him before he can make his great escape.
So, I think I want to retcon a little bit because I don't think Rayleigh would be the type to go super quietly. I think she would put her hands up and then she would probably reach up at some point and try to pull down her solar weapon.
Mm-hmm.
And
Like grab her solar weapon?
so she would put her hand up and then as electricity is starting to form along her hand, she would say, "Why are you here? And what do you want?"
Okay. They're going to tell this to all three of you, actually, as two of you are now in cuffs and one of you is asking why they're here. They're going to say, "We have an arrest warrant under your name for the actions that were taken by you yesterday. You will go see the judge today to be tried and sentenced for this crime."
Show me proof that you're with Copperat Police.
Okay, he like reaches in and pulls out it's like the size of a badge, but it's
A hot dog.
no, it's like
Banana.
an electronic device that like has a like an image or a message on it that's like specifically reserved for security forces. So it's like security forces and it has like some special like way that it moves that you're like, oh, like you know when you like look at a dollar bill and it does a cool thing. It's one of those things where like, yeah. And he says, "Please, we don't need any violence here. Please come with us."
She'll release her electric weapon and just say, "Fine, but this thing doesn't go away."
All right. He doesn't actually, I don't think this agent like understands that that's a solar weapon. He's just like, "You've conjured a little light." Like, why do I care?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. You are taken to what's basically a courthouse. And you arrive at vaguely different times, but the three of you are basically thrown into a room together in this courthouse, and you are told that you're waiting to see the judge. And you are then brought into the courtroom, and the judge sits atop a very large seat. He's got a comically large gavel instead of a little teeny gavel like judges have. He's got like this real big hammer gavel that he likes to swing, and he's as you guys walk into the room, he says, "Well, well, well, what do we have here? Three, three. I thought there were four. Sergeant, weren't there four of them?" And the sergeant goes, sir, yes. We were unable to find the Gorin, sir. Not sure of her current whereabouts." Well, I guess we shall just have to try the three and deal with an escapee. That won't be good for her for sure. Now. And he's like enjoying this. And he says, he points at Rayleigh and Tolmer, and he says, "You two, for the charges of passing through an elf gate without express clearance, forging a clearance document, and interfering with the lives of Ukulam natives, how do you plead?"
Can I talk to my sister?
It's so disappointing that you locals would waste my time with your stupid little phone calls to your whoever.
Hey, listen here. Do you know who I am?
No, and I do not care.
Do you know who my sister is?
No, I don't. Do you know who my brother is?
No.
I fail to
And
see how your sister is going to become important in this case.
can I roll diplomacy?
Yeah.
Actually, no. I want to roll intimidate.
Okay.
21. I would like to say I was woken up just a few weeks ago. Do you know why I was woken up? What do you know about what's going on right now in Kabarat? Have you heard of
What
maybe
I
a ship that picked up some of our people?
and his eyes start getting real like squinty as he looks at you.
Yeah, that ship, the UPV Legacy. I was on that ship. Just woke up a little while ago. I've been around for quite some time. I'm actually older than you. Um, and my sister just happens to be, and she twirls her hair a little bit, a Thakasa rider. Have you heard of them? Do you know who they are? Do you know what they do? Let me share. She has this friend, this partner. His name is Brick, and he flies around. He's kind of like a dragon, you know. And I think if you don't let us go, you might have to deal with the Thakasa riders. And I don't think you want to deal with the Thakasa riders because Castrovel hasn't seen anything like them before, at least not in a few hundred years.
Mm. Are you suggesting that your sister would go against the wishes of Lady Kesh?
My sister comes from the wishes of Lady Marana Cash.
While I respect your sister a great deal, that does not imply that you are innocent in this case.
How am I supposed to know what the law was? I've only been around for a few weeks.
Do you wish to be a citizen of this city?
I don't know. Haven't decided yet.
Well, the way I see it, you can go through with this trial, or you can be banished.
She sits back down.
And you, he looks over at Tolmer. Have you some smart aleck comment on your opinion of
Rayleigh
this trial?
sneezes really loud.
How do you plead to these charges?
Palmer is he's gonna stand up, and I'm assuming he's shackled. He's gonna kind of place his both clenched fists onto the desk and proclaim not guilty. He's gonna sit back down.
And you, he now points at Ignis. You have the following charges to answer for. Passing through an elf gate without express clearance, forging a clearance document, interfering with the lives of Ukalam natives, and unauthorized illegal explosives. How do you plead?
Ignis crouches down a little near the table and it says, banishment, banishment, banishment.
I see. Well, I shall review the information that has been given to me, and I will allow each of you to defend yourselves in this case, or you can hire a lawyer. I doubt you can afford that looking at your wares, but
Look, man, I don't know how to plead. I haven't been stabbed, I haven't been sliced. I'm not pleading anywhere.
and all of a sudden the back door of the room like slams open. And you guys all turn around and look, and at first you don't see anyone. And then you realize that there's someone a little short that just opened those doors real wide. And in walks Nivi. And behind Nivi is Deathkeeper Sage.
Ooh.
And Deathkeeper Sage says mentally to everyone in the room, by royal decree
Sorry.
from an advisor to Lady Marana Kesh herself, it is declared that these beings shall be placed under my custody as they are vital to my current investigation until such time that my investigation is complete.
Rayleigh stands up and just gives the guy a wink. Told you so.
And now
And that-
instead of banishment, Ignis is chanting investigation.
And Nivi walks up and hands this piece of paper to the judge that very clearly like outranks the judge's rank. And the judge is just like, and he just like excuses himself through the back door and is real upset.
Cool.
And yes, Deathkeeper Sage collects all of you. And he says mentally, I have learned much over the past 16 of your hours. I have learned of reports of a strange vessel at the dilapidated port in Broken Mines. I wish to investigate this vessel, and I wish for you to help me with that investigation. I have chartered a pilot and a flight to fly us from Ship's End to there.
Better than here.
I mean, I like going flying. I'm down. Having a great time so far.
Okay, so fast forward, you end up at Ship's End. Ship's End is a very large starport. It's where most of the trading vessels come in for Kabarat, for Castrovel as a whole. And you guys walk sort of through Ship's End, through like the really big trade vessels that only have like bulk goods on them, and then you walk past and there's like maybe the intermediate vessels that have like maybe some animals for trade or some other things.
So, full disclosure, I'm getting used to Sirenscape still.
I was like, man, we just
I was
jump
looking
around.
for like vehicle starship traffic. Continue, Tommy.
And you get back into like the lower stuff where it's like ships for hire or single travel ships. You walk even further past the like private ships that like specific people own and they just fly around, and you get to the very, very end, and there's this complete junker, and the back of the ship opens to let you in, and it's like and Deathkeeper Sage says to you guys, "This is the vessel I was able to commandeer." And out the back of the vessel, presumably walks this vessel's captain. And he looks like, I don't know how many people who are watching or listening are going to know both of these source materials, but he looks like a combination of Malcolm Reynolds from Firefly and Jim Raynor from StarCraft.
Cool.
He is kind of edgy, but in like a non-government way, like kind of doing things his own way. And the ship is just in total disrepair. And he walks out and he goes, "You guys coming?"
This is your ship? She turns to Deathkeeper Sage. This is we're getting on this ship.
It was the cheapest fare I could find.
No shit. All right, let's go. And she walks aboard.
And the captain sort of like waits for you all to get in. And there's actually quite a bit of room inside this ship. There's a couple of different rooms. There's an engine room that is completely separate from the rest of the ship. There's a little like upper deck thing to a pilot's station up in the front. So you guys can spread out a little bit. And so he sort of like leans up against the rail on the edge of his own ship as the back tries to come back up, and it's like creaking real loud. And he goes, "All right, there's two rules on this ship. One, you do as I say. And two, you do as I say."
Rayleigh just laughs. Cool.
"Sounds good." And he lights up a cigar and starts smoking his cigar. And he goes up to the cockpit to take off. And as he takes off, you notice a rudimentary AI pop up on a screen. Sort of, it's like a hologram. and it's a layout of the ship itself. And you see that there's like warning indications coming from all different sections of the ship. Like 16 warning indications, it says on the bottom of this hologram. And so the makes like this noise as he like powers on his ship. It's like, whoop. And this AI says, hull integrity at 23%. He tries turning on the engines. They're like dry firing a little bit, and then they go, and this ship starts taking off. And you guys, you're not leaving the planet. This is in intra-atmosphere travel, so it's, I mean, think of it like an airplane, but it's not an airplane. He starts taking off, and he starts traveling forward, and you guys make it over the edge of the city. You start flying over forest, and just past the forest is ocean, wide open ocean, as you head towards your destination. And you get a few minutes over this ocean, and all of a sudden this AI pops up and it goes, warning, engine failure imminent. Warning, engine failure imminent. And he takes the cigar out of his mouth and he goes, ah, damn it. Does anyone know how to fly a ship? I gotta go fix the engine.
Oh, shit.
Oh no. Ignis raises his hand and shakes it at him vigorously.
All right, he will let you take over flying the ship. It is manual control.
The Ignis excitedly takes the piloter's chair, I guess, and immediately leans forward and licks the console, looks over his shoulder and says, "Mine!" and then begins to fly.
He
Do you need
says,
me to make a check?
he says, just till I get back, Sonny. And yes, you need to make a check.
Okay. Here we
Is
go.
there? I have a question before you make that check.
Uh-huh.
Am I allowed to step into the captain's chair?
Absolutely.
Okay, so Rayleigh steps up and she says, hang on, big guy. And I think she's going to roll to encourage, which is a diplomacy check. She's going to say, you did great yesterday. Let's see if you can keep that up.
The sass.
All right.
What?
Okay, make your check.
Yeah.
I'm guessing that gives me a +2 if it
It's
succeeds.
yeah. I got a 20 total.
Nice.
So it is well, the DC would be 10 plus 1.5 times the starship tier, which is you make it. Yeah, you're good.
Yeah.
Okay. Here we go. Nice. A 24 as
All right.
Ignis takes the chair.
So the first thing that happens is Ignis leans forward and licks the console, and as he does, it pushes the joystick of the manual thing forward, and all of a sudden the ship starts taking a dive towards the water, and then Ignis reacts real quick and like, oh, I have to do this, and like pulls up on it, and once this dive is under control, Ignis actually seems to fly the ship pretty well. Like, you guys are all impressed. So he's in the engine compartment, and you guys start smelling smoke in the ship. Let me have Connie, you're muted. Let me have everyone give me a perception check.
Oh
Do-do-do-do-do.
no.
Perception is a -1. Doing great. I got a 5, so that's a 4.
You're very distracted by Ignis's flying.
Those dice are so cool, Miguel.
Right? I just played around with the settings.
Cool.
21 perception for Ignis.
And then 24 for Tolmer.
Give me
Okay.
a second.
He's right
I'm
below the
rolling.
smoke.
I got
Ignis?
a 4 as Rayleigh is just like rocking out with her hand on Ignis's shoulder with her headphones on.
Ignis, you notice that like when you apply more power to the controls, that it seems to make more smoke. Okay. And then Tolmer, yeah, Tolmer and Nivi, you guys notice that the smoke is coming from this side room that the engine is in.
Sick.
Yeah. And he says, you hear from the smoke, like, could one of you lend me a hand in here? This is getting pretty messed up.
Do y'all's know how to do the thing? Because I do not know how to do the thing.
Let me see. This would be engineering, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I have none.
Does Licky McLickface
Um,
know how to do anything?
Unfortunately, not.
Oh, well.
I
Okay.
appreciate your gumption, though. Like,
Oh, are we allowed to cuss? Because I just did that.
oh yeah, we're fine.
You're good. Okay, so I think. Wait, you don't have any engineering?
No
I have
engineering in the
0.
whole party.
Mine's blacked out.
Oh no.
I require training first.
Okay, so okay, I have an idea. Instead of doing engineering, can we go down there and do different crew actions that might assist in his engineering checks?
Absolutely, except you don't know where the smoke's coming from.
That is a good point. Okay, I'm turning these alarms off because they're too much.
They're constantly happening though. They're like your anxiety is rising.
Oh God. Okay. What about physical science?
Yeah, that's what you're gonna have to do instead of engineering.
All
Yeah,
right.
I don't know that either, so go for it.
Plus
boy.
0.
Hey, not bad.
17.
Okay, so someone has to communicate to Rayleigh that there's a problem.
I guess Ignis, being still on the command deck, right? Is understanding kind of what the problem is, because he, every time he applies power to the ship to maneuver, something bad happens. So over the comms, Ignis will say, "Hey, the engine's on fire!" Fire.
The engine's on. Okay, and she like starts running back toward the engine room. And she looks around. Do I see where the smoke is coming from?
The smoke is in the whole room.
Okay. But can I see like what the source is of the smoke?
What you see is the body of the captain laying on the
Okay.
ground. And this engine is sort of like center mounted into this room. And it looks like he is like on the ground, sort of along the side of it. And there's like vents around the engine in this room, and the steam the smoke seems to be coming like out of all of the vents, like just sort of like billowing into the room.
Okay. Rayleigh shouts back down the hallway. She says, "Halfling girl, what's your name? Nivi?
Nivi, yeah.
How are you? Just come here. Come here."
Okay. Cool.
As Nivi runs down the hallway towards you, Nivi, could you make a reflex save?
You got it. I did just roll a nat 20, I promise.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay.
Wait,
As you're running, I don't care what your bonus is if you roll a nat 20.
Fuck yeah.
As you're running, you notice off to your left a steam pipe that is bulging,
Sick.
and you decide to like slide on the ground just in case. And as you pass it, the steam pipe blows, and hot steam goes flying where your face would have been, and you slid underneath it.
Sick. Nivi's pretty cool.
Okay, what are some things you're good at? What can you do?
Well, I mean that what I just did that was pretty fucking sick, but
I agree, but like,
uh,
what can you do on a ship?
I'm a okay pilot. I'm a really good gunner. Uh, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
Tolmer, mystic, friend, guy. What can you're a mystic, right? Like you use magic.
Yes.
Can you heal this captain? Can you bring him back from, like, make him, conscious again?
So I'm assuming he's on his deathbed, right?
As you are all saying this,
Oh God, this is so bad.
you hear the AI
Lack of
go,
engineering.
hull integrity dropping. Hull integrity to 19%. And then, over your shoulder, you hear a, what are you guys all standing around for?
What? He's not down?
He's not dying?
Who's the person on the ground?
Well, you look over, there's no one on the ground anymore.
Huh.
Okay, I look back at him and say, we need to stop this fire. And can I encourage him? No, I'm gonna intimidate. I'm gonna demand that he stops this fire. Can I do that?
Sure.
Okay, so this theoretically would give him a +2 to the roll. Okay, I got a natural 19, 28.
Okay. He says, well, good news. I did. We gotta let the smoke clear. But, seems we're gonna be losing heating from that steam pipe now that, sorry, a little bit of inhalation. The engine should be fine. We got to give it a few minutes, maybe. Hey, up there, take it a little easy on the power for a few minutes. It should be fine. I replaced the fusing coupler, and smoke should go away in a few minutes.
Everyone hears Ignis say, "No!"
Uh, I walk back up to Ignis. Yes.
Yes? But
Slow
what
down.
about no? Let's go faster! Faster!
And then you hear the AI say, internal temperature dropping. Internal temperature dropping. Estimated time till freeze, 2 minutes.
Must go slower? I don't know what to do.
And the captain turns to Tolmer and he says, also, he has a brand new cigar out. He's leaning against the rail again, even though there's smoke everywhere. There's a steam vent broken. He says, she said you can do magic?
Can. Actually, let's see here. Would I be able to use a little thing called life bubble, which would pretty much encase us in a tolerable shell of atmosphere, so to speak, that also protect us from extreme temperatures.
Huh. Never met a spellcaster worth their weight in anything, but seems like maybe you're a little capable.
What a dick.
Wow.
So yeah, basically, the captain explains that you guys should try and figure out, find a way to fix this steam vent. Because if you can, then the internal heating can get back on. Otherwise, you're gonna have to maybe find a different way to stay warm. And then you hear the AI again. Hull integrity continuing to drop. Hull integrity at 16%. And you guys start hearing there's a breeze. There shouldn't be a breeze inside a ship.
Great. I have no skills for this.
Yeah,
Zero.
so Tomer is pretty much he's gonna do a little something with his hands, and all of a sudden everyone's encased in this. It's almost like a little 1-inch shell, right? And everyone feels, and it's all comparable to whatever race, right? You almost feel as if you're cozy at home, right? You can take a deep breath, and the air becomes breathable. All of a sudden, you start to feel not hot but not cold, right? You kind of feel a really comfortable temperature.
Did you drug us?
Put you in a little bubble.
Tommy, am I capable of putting the ship on autopilot?
You find an autopilot button, but it looks dusty. Also, Tomer, I'm concerned with the number of people you could put in that shell.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Y'all's, hey, Licky Face, you
Yes.
want me to fly for a bit? Or are you good?
When she says that, Ignis looks at her and then slams on the autopilot button.
Do you know what it is? I can only do
Cool.
1 creature per level, so 3. I can do 3 people.
Who's worth saving?
Rayleigh points at everybody but herself. I think it would be Ignis. Well, she says, I don't need it right now. And if you need me to roll fortitude saves or anything, I can do that.
Will do. Dan, when you press that autopilot button, the AI says, aborting system monitor in order to autopilot. And so the AI shuts down the hologram and all of its warnings and starts to fly the ship.
Nivi,
Yeah.
get on the controls.
Yeah, okay, I'm going.
And as soon as that happens, he goes, peace and quiet. And then he stands up and begins running back towards the engine room.
Okay.
I'm running to the controls.
Okay, how does this happen? We got Nivi and Ignis running past each other. Is there
I can roll either acrobatics to jump around him or athletics to just.
Oh, I just want to know, how do you guys interact with each other? I doubt it's a high five as you're passing each other.
Probably bump him on the shoulder pretty good. Just...
Ignis puts up the wrong hand to high five as he runs past.
I said I would fly.
Okay. So Ignis, you get back to the rest of the ship with the crew. You almost run straight into the steam vent that's broken.
As soon as I get there, I'd like to make an engineering check to see if I can repair the steam vent, or at least determine how to repair it.
Mhm.
Okay, 1 sec.
And then Nivi gets to the controls and Make a
Oh, let's
make
go.
a perception check, Nibby.
Oh god, oh god. Okay, sick. Love that.
Ignis rolled a nat 20 for a 32.
Okay. You see that there's a they use this in Star Trek a lot, and I think that really futuristic ships would have this anyways. But there's like a bypass panel on the wall, and if you get into that bypass panel, you can just reroute the steam around this broken tube.
No Jeffries tubes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Ignis will definitely do that as soon as he
Okay.
comes away.
There's gonna need to be a computer check to be literate on this bypass panel.
Oh boy. Okay. Man. Okay. Here we go.
Connie 24 is for your
My
perception.
perception.
Okay. It's really not an easy button to see, but you do find the autopilot button that Ignis pressed before.
Okay.
You press the button and the ship just starts like powering down.
Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god.
Computer back on.
Jump in the
Computer.
chair.
Computer.
And then you realize you need to grab the actual controls to make it fly forward.
Yeah.
And then it starts going again.
Oh,
And the autopilot says, ship diagnostics re-engaging. Several problems found.
yeah, tell me about it, bud.
Elaborating on several problems.
No, don't actually.
And then it starts elaborating.
Oh.
Computer check, how did that go?
I rolled a 24.
24. Yeah.
Nice.
It's not a panel you're really familiar with, being this such an old ship. But you figure it out pretty quickly. You get the bypass going and the steam shuts off. And yeah, I mean, it takes a few minutes, but the temperature starts rising back up. The AI says, temperature returning to nominal values. And then the AI says, hull levels now critical. Hull levels at 10%.
Ignis will say, oh, gotta do everything around here. Gotta fix my ship. My ship.
And the captain, where you realize he like disappeared for a little bit, you're like, where did he go? You realize that the captain is standing in one of the corridors, like one hand on one side of the ship, the other hand on the other side of the ship, and he's like stretched taut, like holding the ship together.
Can
Do
I
I have
help?
any way of detecting what needs to be fixed or what's causing the incremental damage we seem to be suffering?
Okay, yeah.
How would I do that? Would that be an engineering check?
You could do engineering. I think you could also do perception if you wanted.
Definitely engineering. That's my better roll. Geez. 16.
You just see like a crack like growing down the length of the ship.
How close are we to land?
I have an idea. I have an idea.
We're close to water, bud.
Yeah, over the ocean.
Okay.
While you're looking up your idea, the AI responds to your question, and it says, estimated time remaining 14 minutes. Estimated time until hull breach 7 minutes.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Buddy, you got any duct tape?
I have nothing that would help here.
I'm trying to think.
Cool.
My idea is not gonna work.
I can make the problem worse.
Yeah, same.
I'm just trying to fly as relaxed and like soft as possible.
Okay, make a pilot check.
Sick. Sounds good. Let's do it. Oh, that's not the best. I got a 19 total.
Okay. You try and figure out what the minimum speed to keep this thing in the air is, because that'll reduce the air resistance on the crack.
Cool.
And so you are flying this real slow.
So Rayleigh like jumps up and down and she says, "Fire! Fire! Wait, fire! Does anybody have any fire weapons?"
No. I just got this sick ass sonic pistol. It's not a fire weapon.
Oh.
Sick.
Yeah.
Ignis will walk up to you and says, "Oh, you need fire, do ya?"
Oh, God.
Ignis, and she grabs him by the shoulders and she looks at him and says, "Ignis, metal is coming apart.
Oh,
Metal
yeah.
stays together when it melts. Can you melt the metal?"
Oh, yeah, we could do that. I'm not too sure about this though.
Tommy, what do we do? This is like such a last-ditch effort.
My goodness.
Well, you could ask the captain if it's a good idea, but he's sweating real profusely and he is straining real hard.
I step in and try to help
Okay.
pull things together, I guess.
Nivy started singing Jesus Take the Controls. Hit single from 10 years ago.
Vesna takes the wheel.
So Ignis will hold up he'll retrieve 2 devices from his belt. One you would recognize as a sticky bomb grenade that explodes in like adhesive resin. And the other one is a solar flare grenade, which basically detonates with plasma.
Okay.
Oh,
Which
boy.
one do you want me to use? I'm so confused and aroused.
Okay. I guess she points to the spot where it looks the worst. Can I notice that?
No, but I think Ignis can.
Okay.
I actually have another option. So like reading the descriptions of these various grenades, there's 2 that look like they would work. There's the sticky bomb, which detonates with a splash of adhesive resin, which might help the captain out. And then there's the web grenade, which covers the area in sticky strands of high tensile fibers, making the affected area difficult terrain.
Spider-Man.
So I'm
Okay.
thinking if I detonate one of these web grenades, it might lend some integrity to the hole. Is that something I could try?
Yep.
Do it. Do it.
Okay.
Let's
So
go.
Ignis pulls out one of his grenades and he rigs it with a detonator switch. And he goes, he looks at the captain and then at Emma's character, whose name
Rayleigh.
is Rayleigh. Says, I don't know how this is gonna go, but I'm excited. And he shoves the grenade into a gap in the hole.
Okay.
And then takes 3 steps backwards and holding the detonator in one of his hands, puts 2 fingers into his ears and then detonates it.
All right. I'm gonna need a roll.
Okay, what kind of roll do you need?
I want the attack roll.
For a grenade?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which is like a very low DC.
It's 5. It's 5.
I
So-
think if you're placing a may I give a suggestion? I think if you're placing it as a detonation type thing, you can put it where you want to put it and then detonate it.
Yeah,
But a percentage die maybe? to see like how well it works. I don't
Well,
know.
yeah, I'm concerned with like where he put it and if it was the right place. And it
Sure.
seemed like the easiest way to do that was to just
Yeah.
have him
Yeah.
roll
Should I
the accuracy
roll?
on the grenade.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So I will roll an attack roll with the grenade.
Because I want
Okay.
your applicable bonuses to count.
Well, with grenades are dumb because it only requires me to roll a 5 for them to hit my intended target.
Right.
So I rolled a
And then the
dirty 20.
ship rolls a DC. No.
Oh, no. So
Um,
yeah, a dirty 20 was my result.
Yeah, so that definitely is going to explode. You put it in the crack?
Yes, because the web grenade doesn't inflict damage. It just flings these high tensile fibers everywhere.
Hmm. Okay. Um, these high tensile fibers go everywhere within, what is it, a 15-foot radius?
10 foot.
10-foot radius. Okay. So all of a sudden, you just can't see in that 10-foot radius because there's just these like spider web tensile things going everywhere. And the captain turns to you and he spits the cigar out of his mouth and he goes, "What the hell you think you're doing?" And then he like realized that he in his anger he like let go of the ship, and then he like panicked to go reach it again, but then realized that he like didn't have to anymore.
Yes.
Nice.
And the AI says, "Error. Error. Hull integrity increasing. Error."
Ignis will respond to the captain by saying, "I'm fixing my ship. Leave me alone."
And yeah, the AI recalculates the hull integrity loss against the time left, and it says time that hull will survive past landing 6 minutes. Have a great journey.
All right.
Yeah, I'll take it.
Nivi, give me a landing check on this thing.
Sounds awesome. Is that just like piloting or
Yeah.
what?
Yep. Yep.
Okay, sounds good. All right, 18 plus 11 is some math. I don't know. what
29 will do.
That'll, yes, math.
All right, yeah, you're able to land the ship, and you aren't really sure. I mean, it's not too difficult to figure out where to land it, but this is a city you've never been before. You haven't really even seen what its layout looks like, but you see other ships in the air. You figure out where the spaceport is, and you land the ship, and the back starts to open, like, and then like the pneumatics that like power it actually just like completely break.
I love it.
And there's a giant spider web in the middle of the ship.
I take out
And-
my weapon and I. Well, I'm assuming we can't get out of the ship
Yeah.
with the spider webs there.
I think you can.
Okay, then never
Yeah.
mind.
I think no, because I mean it only like lasts for a little bit of time.
Oh,
So it's like a spot fix. So like the fibers are good for like, I mean, in combat 1d4 rounds.
He just had to keep firing grenades.
So like I'm just yeah,
Every
like
30 seconds another grenade.
yeah. I mean it's the object here was to like just keep the plane steady enough for us to land and not die.
which you managed to do. And all of a sudden he has another cigar lit in his mouth. You're not quite sure when that happened. He says, thanks for helping with my fund. Hope I'll see you again someday.
Yeah, I don't think so, bud.
Tolmer,
Deathkeeper
you ready?
Sage.
Oh, sorry.
Huh?
Tolmer, you ready?
Ready. Tomer's gonna kind of give the pilot a really smug, dirty look, and just
Fuck you.
I'm just gonna.
Deathkeeper Sage like opens a closet he was in the whole time,
The
and
fuck?
he says mentally, "Thank you very much for the safe journey," and then walks away.
Did
My
did we
gosh.
also get that like telepathy message or no?
Yeah,
Oh wow, I didn't know you could lie too.
my journey was safe.
Okay, bud. Okay.
Yeah, he's not wrong.
All right, and now you are in an unknown city. The first thing you notice is there are large insectoids everywhere. You may know that these are called Formians, and that the city that you are from used to be at war with these Formians.
So, Rayleigh, upon seeing this, turns to Ignis and says, what are we doing here? Why are we here? This isn't safe. These people aren't safe. Would I notice? Can I do a culture check?
Mhm.
Okay. Seven. So I think Rayleigh just kind of she's confused at the moment as to why we're in the home of a people who were at war with her people while
Mhm.
she was alive.
Mhm. Um, I'm having an idea. Let me check it real quick.
Okay.
Do you have a profession yet? Does Rayleigh have a profession skill?
That is a good question. Profession. No, she does not.
Okay.
She is, however, a xenobiologist, or sorry, a xeno seeker. So it is her goal to like meet new people. Um,
Mm-hmm.
but she's very uncomfortable in this moment. So she has like the skills to try and be diplomatic with others, but
Give me a perception check then.
okay. It's a 17.
You remember reports of the Formians from before, and they were always talked about as incredibly organized, and no individual thinking was going on
Hmm.
because they all followed the queen.
Okay.
And as you look around in this city, you see Formians, but you don't get that same feeling. They're not incredibly organized.
They look independent.
Yes.
So then I think she would say to Ignis, wait, maybe I'm wrong. These ones are different. And she'll just keep walking.
Deathkeeper Sage doesn't seem to notice that there are different looking beings in this city. He just is continuing on like you're still in Kabarat. He says to you all, there is a questionable ship I would like us to go visit in the broken down old port. It surfaced shortly after the attack on my people.
Lead
And
the way.
so he seems to know where he's going. Um, he's studied some maps in the library of the city, and he starts walking over there. And you start walking from like a busy section of the city where all this trade was going on, where you first came in, and you start walking towards like more of a dilapidated section of the city. You see less and less like high-end modern electronics and more like old school, like old electronics that like you heard your grandparents using, basically sort of stuff. Um, and you get back to a certain section of this city, and it looks like a bunch of the land like juts out into the water. And there's like old warehouses here that are no longer used. It's a real sketchy area. And you see in the distance this ship, I guess you would call it, that you've never really seen anything like it before. It looks like a spaceship, but it's in the water, like semi-submerged, and it's still pretty far away. So you guys are starting to walk closer up to that, and let me have the whole group give me a perception check.
Okay. Ignis got a 24. That seems to be the number of the night. We've gotten a lot of 24s. This is the third one I've rolled.
I got a 0.
You got that one?
Uh-huh.
I got a 20.
Okay. So what's gonna happen? Connie, what did you get?
A 16.
16. Okay. So what's gonna happen is a little pebble rolls from the top of one of the nearby roofs of the warehouses. And Ignis, you turn your head, and Tolmer too, you turn your head to look at what might have caused that. And just as you're about to look over there, Rayleigh trips and falls. And she goes, ow, oh! And you guys like turn back to look at Rayleigh and to help her up.
Ow. My elbow. No, I'm fine. Okay, I'm fine. I'm fine. I'm fine. She stands up.
Can you describe what I saw again?
You didn't see anything because you didn't keep your focus there. You heard a pebble trickle down the roof of a warehouse.
I will look up.
When you look up, you don't see anything.
Do I see the pebble or debris on the ground?
Yeah. Yeah, the pebble eventually hit the ground.
Agnes will continue to look at the roof and say, "Yoo-hoo! I know you're up there."
Yeah, there's no reply.
So Ignis will reach over and slap Riley on the elbow and say, "Hey,
What the heck?
there's someone up there on top of the roof looking at us. They're spying."
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Intimidate check. Natural 1.
Oh
Ooh.
my god. You're having a night.
What are you gonna
Damn.
say?
I say,
We've been trying to reach you about your car insurance.
Your
Or what were
spaceship
what were you
insurance.
intending to say? It's really
well, I think what I would say would be, you get the heck down.
okay. And from behind you, you hear the sound of like a stick hitting someone's hand. And you turn, and there are a group of 5 street thugs.
Fuck yeah.
And there's a
Alright.
leader in the center, and he slaps this like baton on his hand. And he goes, "All right, we'll get the heck down."
You want to fight?
He doesn't reply, and you roll initiative.
Fuck yeah, let's go.
Woo!
Oh boy.
Let's remember what page my initiative is on.
Do you want me to throw a map on here? Just like a
oh.
standard map?
No, I
Okay.
do not need that.
Okay.
We're doing this mapless.
Okay.
Ooh.
It's difficult, but I've got it down at this point.
Your girl
Okay.
got a 27.
Nice.
Mhm. Initiative.
Holy shit.
Oh,
Why can't I roll initiative from here?
sound good.
What? What are you holy shitting about?
All right. So their
Don't worry.
leader says, "All right, we'll get the heck down." And then takes a step forward and he trips and falls on his face.
Oh, so Riley's bad luck's wash it off.
I
Can
got
I
a
roll
5
initiative
for
and, like,
initiative.
kick dirt in his face?
Okay. Let me track our initiatives here. Rayleigh's a 5.
Man, we all rolled really bad for
I
initiative.
know.
What else
I
we
did.
got?
I did
I got
great.
a 7.
I got 27. So
Somer's got a 7. Nivi's got a 27.
We're over in Broken Mines, right?
What do we have? Yep.
Okay.
What do we have, Ignis?
I got an 8.
An 8. Okay. Wow. I'm just going to share this with you because it's incredible. My guy crit failed and is still going second.
Jeez.
damn.
That's a bad sign.
Okay. Nivi, there are 5 beings in front of you. They are of different races, but they're all wearing the same, like, newly purchased sweatshirt
Ooh. We
that
know
all
they're
has the
gang.
same, like, gang, like, insignias
Dang,
on
I
it.
don't know if we're trying to go for the kill or just to disable.
And we're kind of like in an alley, right?
Yeah, you're like
Okay.
in a dilapidated section. There's not really many people around.
Okay. Interesting.
They're a
Interesting.
gang that's wearing matching sweatshirts.
We
Okay.
call ourselves the
Right.
Tunnel Rats.
So I'm trying to remember how combat works. It's 2 things, right? So I can like move and then also attack.
So yeah, you get a move
Yes.
action, you get a standard action, swift action, reaction, free action.
Sick. I would love to get a little space between me and these matching sweatshirt folk.
Okay, you're definitely able to do that. They started about 10 feet away from you guys.
Sick. Cool, cool. Is there like a fire escape or something nearby that I can like jump on?
Sure, sure.
Cool, cool. Should I roll athletics, acrobatics, maybe?
Yeah.
Sick. Let's do that. 9 plus 13, 22 on my acrobatics check.
All right, you're able to find it's like a broken fire escape.
Okay.
And it doesn't really provide you with much protection, but you are above them.
Cool, cool. And then I would like to shoot at them with my sonic pistol.
Okay.
Sick. That's gonna be 19 to hit.
That'll hit.
Sweet. And then let me look up my gun because I just got the new one. That's gonna be 1d8. That's gonna be 4 damage.
Okay. Okay, the gang, despite the leader tripping and falling on his face, they seem to know how to move together, and they all rush in.
They're wearing matching sweatshirts.
Oh yeah, they all rush in, and pull out their tactical batons, and all 5 of them start beating those of you that are on the ground with their tactical batons. So, let's make a couple of hits here. Okay, it's only going to be 1 hit, and it's going to be 1 damage against Tolmer.
Damn.
The rest of you, for some reason, are able to make them hit a section of you that doesn't hurt very much, or are able to dodge these attacks.
Or was smart and jumped onto the fire escape.
Or rolled well enough to go before them. Okay, it is, I wrote it down. It is Ignis's turn.
Hey, okay. How close are all of these people standing next to each other?
They are all standing very close to each other. I would say they are basically in a line.
About how...
Like, parallel to your line.
Okay. So
like,
how many of them are
5
there?
people on 5 people.
Okay, so they're about... I see. Okay. What I'm gonna start with then is he looks at Riley, winks, and pulls out the second grenade he didn't use on the ship, and flings it at the one closest to the center.
Okay.
The solar flare grenade that I'm throwing has a 20-foot radius. So I want to make sure that it doesn't like burn us. So I would throw it in a space that's far enough away where we won't be caught in the blast.
Okay. I think if you're going to specify that, then you can only hit 3 of them with it because it's a radius and it'll curve.
Sure. I mean, that makes sense. So attack roll is... Oh, thank God. 16, so that's good. I need you guys to make, I believe, a dex saving throw.
Reflex, yeah.
Oh, yeah, reflex.
Reflex saving throw. Okay. That's gonna hit.
All of them?
Yep.
Awesome.
They have matching sweatshirts. They roll as a group.
Okay, rolling damage. They all take 7 electrical and fire damage.
Okay.
And something else happens.
Uh-oh.
If they're using any objects that have charges or that are powered by electricity, you also need to make a fortitude saving throw.
Right. They do. Are using, I think, implies have on them.
Yeah, basically.
Okay. They do have that. So they need to make a fort save, is what you're saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be a 7.
Okay. If they failed, then each of their devices that use charges lose 1 charge.
Okay.
As the solar flare detonates an EMP that saps 1 charge from them. Are there any of these people counting as constructs?
No.
Okay.
No, they are assorted races that you would find across Castroville.
Okay.
There's some Lashunta, there's some Shirin, there's some Formian.
Gotcha. Okay. With that done, Ignis is going to take. He's going to move towards the same fire escape that was also used.
Okay.
Creates a base, and that's his turn.
Tolmer.
All right. So Tolmer is gonna have this look of frustration. Of everyone, he's the one who no one hits Tolmer. All right. Now Tolmer, he's gonna cast this pretty little spell called Magic Missile. He's gonna fire 2 missiles. Now he's gonna target 2 separates. I'm guessing they're close together. He's gonna target, 2 of the what do you call them? The
Gang
homies?
members.
Gang members.
Roll damage.
Let's see here. So let's see, the first one is going to do 4 damage.
Okay.
I love all these dice.
No. And the second one's going to do 5 damage.
Okay. That must make it Rayleigh's turn.
All right.
Oh, did you want to move?
No. Let's see.
So at the start of her turn, Rayleigh attunes to the energy mode, and she runs forward, and as a move action, pulls her electric weapon from the moat that's zipping around her head. And so she reaches up, grabs her energy weapon, and this crackle of electricity forms in her fist, and a knife made out of seemingly electricity appears in her hand, and she reaches out to attack the closest, probably the leader of this group.
Mm-hmm.
So the one who said, "All right, we'll come down," or whatever. Is he flat on his face?
No, well, he already had his turn, so
Yeah,
he
so he
spent
got
his
up.
turn getting up.
Okay. Yeah, she's gonna roll to attack. That is a 14 to hit his KAC, excuse me.
That will hit.
Okay. And damage will be 7 points of electricity damage.
Okay.
I'm sorry, 7
Uh,
points of slashing damage.
Okay. That brings us back around to Nivi.
Awesome. I'm just gonna shoot at him even.
Are you full action shooting or half action shooting?
I think we're gonna full action shoot.
All right. That'll give you a -4 to both attacks.
Wait, what's the just for my not game knowledge brain, what is the -4 for?
For making 2 attacks in the same turn.
Oh, okay, no, I'll do a half action.
Okay.
Okay, sick. Awesome. Alright, so that's gonna be.
Connie, it's hard to hear you.
14 to hit.
Aha, 14 to hit will hit.
Sick. Awesome. And then we're gonna roll that magical D8. 5.
5 damage. All right, and then the gang. Gangity gang. Let's see. There we go. Oh, yes.
Oh no.
All right. Let me roll this here. Does that work? Oh, no, it doesn't work. Okay, I have to do this way. Okay. I need to roll to figure out who they pick on. There is Tolmer and Rayleigh left. So odds and evens. It's Rayleigh. Okay. So the gang is they're all going to like you ran forward. So they're all going to like huddle up around you. And they're going to hit you with their baton. And they're going to crit with the hit. But what they do is they hit you with their batons from each side, and then they go, "Hey!" and they chuck their batons to each other, and then they hit you again with like the other person's baton.
Okay.
So it's like
Like a damn dance troupe?
Yeah.
yep, exactly.
Oh
I'm getting
my
rocket
God.
power vibes from them.
So are they all acting as one creature then?
They are acting as a group.
Okay. Yeah. Go ahead and roll damage, I guess.
Okay, that will be 26 damage.
Okay. She's good.
Then it'll be Ignis's turn.
Okay. This is difficult.
Just grenade it.
Yeah. I mean, that's. Okay. Have they moved around at all?
So now they're in a circle around Rayleigh,
Oh, really?
and they're sort of dancing around her.
Okay. Oh God. How good's your reflex save, really?
It's pretty good. It's okay.
Yeah. Oh no.
Do it.
Oh no. Okay. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, we're doing it. So Ignis reaches down on his belt and he pulls out a grenade that is covered in like nails and tiny cogs are like super glued to it. And he primes it and throws it into that group, attempting to damage the most amount of these.
You can
sweater
definitely
wearing-
damage all of them.
Okay, great. Here we go. Right. All right. That's enough. That's 9. Okay. So I'm doing this as a full round action. I forgot to say this, which increases the DC by 2. So that is 11. Make a DC 19 reflex save.
They fail.
Okay. You're gonna take. Everyone's gonna take this much damage. Caps lock.
Caps lock damage.
Caps lock damage. Max damage of 6.
Okay.
And you notice that there's chunks of nails and cogs and wire that are now embedded into your armor.
Hey,
Okay.
like a pipe bomb.
Yep.
This strikes Rayleigh as she fails to reflex save. And she just, with like sweat dripping down her face, like a little bit of blood, she's holding her knife and she gives a little like a smile and says, "Nice job, Ignis."
That's so creepy.
Yeah, she's
Uh,
she's a
Ignis.
little intense.
Ignis gives you double thumbs. And then says, "Don't move!"
Okay.
And that's my turn.
All right, Tolmer, what we doing?
Oh man, these are some tough little guys, huh? All right, let's see here. How far away are they from where I am?
They're probably 20 feet away.
Okay, they're not too bad. Tolmer, first off, he's gonna look at the Baron and kind of give him a quick once over, right? Like, let's see. You know, Tolmer's gonna look directly at their leader, and he's gonna cast Mind Thrust. He's getting kind of tired of this.
Okay.
Let's see here. It's an 8 for damage.
8 damage.
Mhm.
And I avoid it with a what? Will?
Yes, I'm really sure.
It's a 22 on the
It's
will
a will
save.
save, yeah.
So it'll be 4 damage. Cool. Anything else, Tolmer?
And after that, I'm also gonna unsheathe my assault hammer. Just gonna pull it out. Just
Cool. Rayleigh?
Yeah. So Rayleigh again attunes to the energy mode, and she will. She attempts to full attack on the leader. So she's gonna do 2 swings with her knife at a -4 to each.
Yep.
Natural 20. And
Nice.
second one is almost definitely a miss at an 8. So nat 20 though against KAC.
Yep.
Damage will be. Oh shoot! That's 5, and then I need to roll 1 more dice for that. Sorry. So that is. You know what? Do you mind if I. Well, let's see. The first one was a 5. Sorry, math. So it would be 5 plus 3 plus... Yeah, it's 20 total slashing damage.
Okay.
And so that's on their leader, and that is her turn. And as she finishes that slash, her body is now almost fully attuned to the energy mode as it crackles with blue electricity all over her skin.
Mm-hmm.
And that is my turn.
Okay, Nivi.
Sick. All right, cool. I'm very exciting. I'm gonna shoot again. So let's get. Ooh. That's a nat 1.
Ooh. Hey,
Uh,
Rayleigh.
What?
Oof.
You ready for some damage?
Sure.
We're gonna kill Rayleigh before this sweater gang does.
Some dimmy-dams?
Sure.
Oh yeah. So nat 1, 9 to hit. And then do I roll damage?
Yeah, you do.
Okay, I'm sorry, really. Oh, hey, you're lucky. I only got 1. So 1 damage.
What are you shooting, like pebbles? I don't understand how you can shoot someone and do 1 damage.
So you should be adding your half of your level, so it should be 2 damage, I think. You rolled a 1 on a d6 or d4?
D8.
Okay, d8. So yeah, it would be a total of 2 damage because you're adding
Okay.
weapon specialization for small arms. It would be half your level. So
Okay.
yeah, add that to all your future shots.
Sick. Sounds good. All right, 2 damage.
Cool.
And then the gang's turn, and the leader turns and he says, "All right, gang, she's about to blow." And then runs towards Tolmer.
I need to interject. Did I
Nice.
hit this person with the grenade last round?
You did.
They're gonna take some damage then from the embed weapon property.
Okay.
Do I take some damage?
You don't because you didn't move.
Okay.
Okay. You're gonna take. It's not a lot. I think it's 1d6. Yeah, it is 1d6. So, the leader's gonna take this much damage.
Nice.
5 damage.
Right.
As the shrapnel cuts and lacerates you.
And they go to run over towards Tolmer. And not just the leader, but all 5 of them decided to leave Rayleigh's vicinity. So Rayleigh gets 1 attack of opportunity.
All right. She slashes out with her blade. That's a
Nice.
23 to hit.
That'll hit.
9 points of slashing damage against the leader.
Cool.
Wow.
And they like run up to Tolmer and they all gather around Tolmer and try to smack him with their batons.
Are these the guys I hit with my shrapnel grenade?
Yep.
Okay, they're gonna take some damage.
Oh, I already applied it to all of them. The
Oh,
5
okay,
you
so-
rolled earlier.
Right, so they only take that damage if they move. So
Right, they all moved.
okay, just letting you know.
16 to hit you, Tolmer.
Against.
KAC.
That's right. Ooh, that fails.
Okay.
Nice.
They do not hit you. And then they use. The leader goes, "It looks like these guys are a little too tough for us." And they just start like scattering, like running in 5 different directions. Do you guys feel the need to chase them down at all?
Yes, actually.
Okay.
I don't know if anybody else wants to act, but I'm assuming we could go through initiative order. Rayleigh definitely wants to act.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. What are y'all doing?
Well, Ignis has his skip shot pistol, so he's shooting teleporting bullets at them.
Love it.
Wow.
So yeah, he's gonna roll, I guess, one attack? Question mark?
What's Ignis's goal?
Just to inflict damage as they run away.
Okay, then I don't need you. You hit them.
Okay.
Rayleigh's now fully attuned to the energy mode, and I think she shouts at the leader as he's running away. She says, "I thought you wanted to fight." And then she takes her hand and basically force lightning comes out of her hand and discharges, except it's not a continuous stream. It's like a bunch of electricity. All the electricity that's on her body crackling around her skin coalesces on her hand and then forms a ball of energy. And then she shoots it and it like rushes toward the leader as she uses destructive discharge. Can you give me a fortitude save?
Try a 10.
That's a fail. You're gonna take 3d8 points of electricity damage. I rolled a 6,
my-
a 6, and a 7. 19
Oh, wow.
points of electricity damage.
Wow. The force
see
is
this
strong with
ball
this one.
fly towards the leader, and when the ball hits the leader, his body goes completely rigid, as one looks when they are being electrocuted, and his body smokes, gives off smoke, and he just falls on the ground.
And she like shouts, "Yeah, get the fuck out of here,"
He doesn't move.
at the others. Yeah.
Rayleigh, I think you killed him.
She I think in the moment she doesn't care. And then she stops to think and says, Tolmer, should we make sure he's okay?
Homer, he's gonna make his way towards the motionless body on the floor. And let's see.
Also,
I
I'm
guess-
kind of assuming that you are somewhat of a healer. Is that correct, Miguel?
Yeah, I was actually going to ask if I can if I have to do like a life science check or something to see if he's still alive. Because if so, I do have the spell Stabilize, which causes a dying creature to stabilize.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's see
You can definitely make a life science check.
tonight.
He's not breathing, but he's not cold.
It's not cold. Then yeah, I'd like to cast Stabilize.
Okay. I like to think the Stabilize has a little bit of electricity in it when you cast that spell, and it manages to restart his heart.
He will still be unconscious, though, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Rayleigh then looks over at Nivi and says, "Now I don't feel as bad." Thanks, Tolmer.
Homer's kind of he's gonna nod, and he's gonna kind of whisper to the down guy and said, Next time, you won't be so lucky. He's just gonna walk back to the group.
I love it. I love it. Okay. When the fight is over, Deathkeeper Sage opens the door to like a shipping container that he was in, and he walks out and he's like, "Thank you for keeping me safe during that fight."
Wasn't much of a fight, bud. You're good.
And he says, "See over there, the strange vessel that was reported earlier. Do any of you know of its origins?" And you look just down the dock, and you get a little bit of a closer look at the vessel that I had talked about earlier. Go ahead and everyone give me a perception check.
Okay. Where? Okay, there it is. I've been rocking these all night, so I'm due for a failure. Yep. 15's not bad.
Wait, I got a
13.
27.
Nice. 17.
Okay, so all of you but Nivi.
Oh, Nivi got a 27.
I know.
Okay.
So all of you but Nivi,
Yeah.
you see a vessel. It's a ship, but it doesn't seem to have like the modern sort of thrusters you're used to. It doesn't seem to have like the way. It doesn't seem to have any easy way to get in and out. It's like semi in the water. You're not sure why a ship would be in the water. And Nivi, you see, it looks roughly cylindrical. It has a small little opening on top. You're not really sure what that would be for. It looks very sleek. You know, a lot of like intra-planet ships where you don't have to go out into space. Nowadays aren't necessarily super sleek, but this one looks really sleek. Its building materials look to be pretty old. Like it's not made out of the newer stuff that you're used to.
Okay.
And Deathkeeper Sage will say, "I believe this is the ship that was used to capture my brethren, and I believe they took them here."
Hmm.
Okay, so you want us to get on that ship? Maybe find some clues?
I believe any clues we could find on that ship are useless now. I believe we must make our way to where I know they are headed next. The information we found in the manifest shows that they are. Oh, I think it's only in my 1A notes. They're going to a different planet, and I don't remember what the planet's called.
Tabrid?
Yeah.
Tabrid Minor.
Tabard Minor.
That
Yeah.
one
That
ship
was-
with the things and the stuff.
Yeah. Shows that they are going to Tabard Minor. I must go to Tabard Minor to find them. But it appears that my selection of pilots is not adequate.
Oh, so you did notice.
I would like to pilot my own ship. I have read of ships that are made like me from Gorus Prime. The Gorans are also plant-like creatures, and I believe I could fly one of their ships. I would like to arrange travel to Gorus Prime from a merchant in these shipyards.
Can I
There are
roll?
several to
Sorry.
choose from, but I do not know which ones are decent, which ones are worth the credits.
Can I roll culture check to see what we can learn?
Mhm.
16?
So basically, there's you noticed earlier when you were walking from the good section of the docks down to the bad section, um, that there's quite a few like for hire um, like personal transports that you could hire out of here. Um, but there's a wide range in like the quality of the ship and the quality of the personnel. And it seems like Deathkeeper Sage just isn't sure like what he's supposed to pay for something because clearly he tried this once and he didn't get it right. Um, so he's gonna say, would you please look at the available transports and decide which would be best for my travel?
So I'll look around and see if I can find the one that makes the most sense and is the best deal, but also isn't sketchy.
Okay, so there are three options.
Oh
There
boy.
is the cheap looking rundown, but not nearly as rundown as the ship you were just in ship. And Deathkeeper Sage says that he was gifted from Lady Kesh 500 credits to help him on his journey. So he has scrounged together 500 credits for this journey. And this poor looking ship and its pilot uh, are charging 500 credits. So he has the money right now to get on this poor looking ship. There's a sort of middle of the road ship. It looks a little better. It has a couple more crew members, not just one pilot. You feel like it might be able to fare a little better on his journey. Their going rate is 800 credits. And then there's a really good looking ship. It's got a newer engine just installed. It's got some veteran crew members that have been flying a lot, and its price is 1,000 credits.
I mean, I could chip in like 100 credits or so just so we don't have to fly in a shit heap again. If y'all's are down to chip in a little bit.
I don't have any more money.
Sick. Why am I
Uh,
not surprised?
let's see. Inventory. I have 0 credits.
All right. Well,
Same.
lucky for you guys, these ship owners are willing to barter.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
So
I
yeah,
think
go for it.
Rayleigh turns to the group and she's like, "Who here's good with people? Like I can maybe talk the price down a little bit, but if anybody's really good with people, now would be a good time to step up and let me know." And mechanically, I think what I'm asking is diplomacy type, charisma type skills. How are y'all with those? And you don't have to tell me numbers, but like what?
Ignis is bad at like really bad at anything people.
I have a 12 for diplomacy.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty damn good.
Yeah,
A
that's really
plus
good.
12?
Yeah. My skill bonus is 12.
Yeah, operatives. Makes sense.
Wow.
So
Chat.
So I think maybe Rayleigh, after she asks this, is like, Nivi, you seem personable. Why don't you go try to knock the price down a bit.
All right. Sounds good. Cool. All right, so I guess I'll walk up and.
All right,
see
so we
what
got
I
cheap,
can-
medium, and expensive.
I think let's go with medium. I don't want us to get too spoiled, Like it was kind of fun, the whole shit show. So, having a little options out there for it to go wrong sounds like a good time. So we're gonna go middle of the road.
Okay. You walk up and you find the captain of the ship looks like to be an old lady, and she's like got a hunched back, and she's got like a cane, and yeah.
Sick. Be like, hey, my name's Nivi. How you doing?
What can I do for you?
So me and my friends here, we're looking for a ride. We're a little strapped on cash, but I really, really like the look of your crew.
I
What
got a good crew here, you know.
you really do. What kind of price could you maybe hook us up with?
Where were you looking to go again? Goris Prime, was it? Yes.
Yeah, sure, that one.
That's 800 credits.
Yeah, the problem is, we only got 600.
Six. Well,
So
you
we
could
maybe
cover the 200 with trade-ins.
I can throw a couple batteries in.
you need some batteries.
That'll get you a little ways. What about one of them guns?
I need my gun. We almost got mugged in the alley. Came in handy. So
Rayleigh takes her headphones off, and they transform into a small arm pistol. And she says, Here, if it'll get us on the ship. I mean, these are
Wait. Ignis has that pinhole sniper rifle
oh,
that we looted in the last mission.
Right.
That the guy shot me going through a door with. So I'll take that off my back and kind of just drop it on the ground and tow it over towards the people with the ship.
She'll say, wait, I want that one. Over to your headset gun.
ugh. She so she pulls it back and says, "This is really special to me, and I'm sure that one's worth more credits. But if we really need to, then I can think about it."
no. If they're gonna hassle us like this, I guess we can go down to the other ship. It'll be fine. I really appreciate you trying to make a deal with us, but it looks like it's not gonna work, I guess.
Can we
Roll
roll?
diplomacy.
Yeah.
11 plus 12, 23.
Wait, we're so close to making a deal. Let me look at this other weapon over here. And she takes a look at the sniper rifle that Ignis left out in front of him. And she goes, it's a good make. It's a good year, too. Yes, I'll take it. I can do that.
Okay.
And with that, you have bartered your way onto a medium-looking ship. And now, Deathkeeper Sage says, "Thank you all for your help in this matter. I appreciate the lifeblood you have spent getting me to this stage. But I wish to do the rest of this journey on my own. I must go to extents that I would not ask of you to figure out who did this to my people and to avenge them. You have lives here you should return to."
But I had nothing to do today, so I came just kind of on a whim. At this point, I'm invested, So count me in.
He kind of just nods his like bulb head while he thinks about that.
Ignis says, I'm only here for the money you promised us. The 10,000 credits. Yeah? All right, let's go.
Y'all are getting paid? Shit.
We're not. We're not getting
Yeah.
paid.
Well, makes me feel a little better.
Rayleigh looks at Deathkeeper Sage and Nivi and Ignis and Tolmer and just says, "Yeah, I should probably stay. I This is only a few weeks here on Castrovel since I woke up, and as much as I want to go travel, this is where I belong right now." She steps back.
Tolmer's gonna he's gonna look up to the group and say, after all we've been through, there's no way I'm going home now. He's gonna bring his head back down.
I've had a great couple hours with you, man.
Okay, Deathkeeper Sage was fully planning on doing this section of the journey himself, and he finds himself with three new assistants that he's not sure what he's going to do with, but he'll figure it out. He boards the plane along with the three of you, and the rest is history.
Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, everybody.
Thanks.
Cool.
Oh, we're gonna blow some shit up.
All right. I think that is probably the end of our stream for today.
Yep.
I don't think we'll be back until January. So hope you'll tune in the future. Thanks, everybody. Tommy, did you want to say anything?
Nope. Thank you for the opportunity.
Awesome. Bye, everybody. Have a great night.
Bye.
Hey, y'all.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Catch you guys later.
Bye.